Nate G219 to help it back and better. Y'all know what it is. First, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. Today, I'm doing my first reaction video. I am doing a reaction video to the Dante Network. And, you know, I do watch a lot of his videos. I am subscribed to his videos. I enjoy them. But, you know, I watch some of them and can't help but feel maybe things may be exaggerated some, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see what we got going on. This is my first reaction, first time watching this.
Here we go again. This is when I have to use that sword of justice on my bunkie. Now, I'm laying down in my bed, right? We in a two-man cell. I don't have no bunkie at this time. So I'm knocked out. So I'm sleeping. The next thing I hear is, Dante, get up! Dante, get up! So I'm like, man, what the heck? So I'm like, what's up? Stand up, get cuffed up, man. You about to get to a bunkie. I'm like, man, let me tell y'all something. In prison, there's always something going on. It's always
Alright, so when I was in Indiana State Prison, I was in a single man cell. And even though you're in confinement or a single man cell, whatever it is, it beats having a bunkie no matter what. And unless you're in solitary confinement where you can't hear anybody or anything, having a bunkie is a pain in the butt, because no matter what, you guys are not going to be 100% compatible in one way, shape, or form. There's going to be at least a couple things not ideal, but hold on, let's continue.
A sense of looming gloom and doom in the air, but you just get a little bit of peace when you in a cell by yourself. You ain't got to worry about your cellmate farting, doing the number two, staking up the cell. That's being the inconvenience, right? And now you can really kind of sleep good. You can't sleep all the way good now, but you can sleep a little good.
That's not the only thing. Not worrying about your commissary having to come up missing. There's a whole lot of advantages by being in your cell alone. And especially if you're in a high-level security prison, a majority of the time, you get your own television, and you get usually a pretty good selection of channels. But let's continue.
Good knowing that you're in the cell by yourself. So I'm like, man, alright, so I stand up, I put my back against the cell, put my hands behind my back, and I get cuffed up. So when you get cuffed up, you gotta go to the back of the cell with your back turned. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is real dangerous. Number one, what if that's your enemy that's about to get put in that cell? You handcuffed. He ain't got no handcuffs on. So he can run up on you and pop, 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 pop. Or he might not even be an enemy and he just want a cell to himself, or he trying to go to the hole and, well, he get a free punch out on you before the guards pull him off you. And, well, that's another reason. So, hey, I'm Dante. If you enjoy my story time, y'all gonna love my movie that's coming out in October.
Gonna skip a little bit of that. Sorry, this is my first reaction video and I'm working on it.
Always hesitant to cuff up, but it is what it is. If you don't cuff up, you go into the hole, right? So I go back there and I'm doing like this. Now, this dude that they put in my cell, which is dude named New York. Oh, shit. Now, this dude named New York, he weighed about 400, 415, 425. He was a real big, fat dude. When I say big, I'm talking about big and sloppy. He was an inconvenience to be around, all right? So, I'm like, man, why would they put him in here? So when he get in there, and they handcuff him, he's standing over here to the right. So they tell me to come on through, and he just so dang big, y'all, I had to, like, turn this way, and I'm facing him. I'm like, man. So they cuffed me, and
So a lot of times when you get a large individual in the cell, not all the time, but a lot of times, usually in prison it's much better, but in county time, you'll get a lot of people, they become the funky bunky, the stinky kid in class. And I got stories of that. I'm not going to tell that right now because I'm going to continue with this reaction. But having a large inmate, you're thinking a lot of different things, like what's going to go on, how loud is he going to snore, how bad is he going to stink, how many times is he going to use the restroom while I'm in the cell. None of us want to be around that at any point in time. So, you know, hopefully this large man came in with respect. I'm here to find out what's said in this video to see what Dante did. But let's continue.
They like, all right, we gone. So he like, hey, you know I'm gonna need that bottom rack, right? I said, yeah, I know. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. It ain't no him checking me or doing a power move on me, telling me that I have to get the top rack. No, he can definitely have that bottom rack. Because how big this dude was, I really, even though the racks was metal, this dude was so big, man. I felt like if he would have got up there and I was sleeping down there, this dude probably would have pancaked me, man. I think he would have caved that top rack in. And I want to be here to talk to y'all today. So, hey, no problem. You definitely can get the bottom rack. So I'm grabbing my stuff when I put it up there. So I already heard about him, and they usually keep him in a cell by himself because he always getting into it with other cats because of his hygiene and stuff. So now picture this, y'all. Picture a dude about 6'2", 6'3", 400 something pounds. No muscle though. Just big, wide, and sloppy. And he like, look, man, you ain't gonna be on the bull, are you? I'm like, listen, man, this is my cell. I've been in here for about 2 weeks now. You just got up in here. We already starting off at a bad start. Now, my name is Dante. What's your name? Man, they call me New York, bro. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, look, all you just got to do is keep the cell clean, man. He like, yeah, I can respect that, bro. I can respect that. So I'm just looking at him, y'all, and now I start smelling something. I'm like, now, I'm not, listen, before I go on with this, okay, I'm not body shaming on nobody, okay? If you are overweight or whatever, there's a lot of people that's overweight that actually smell good, that actually get in the shower and wash up, okay? So I'm not putting this on.
All right, so I got a little side story about that. There was a man I worked with a few years back. I'm going to put his name out there because he's a chump. His name's Stevie. I'm not going to put his whole name out there. If Stevie sees this, he knows what I'm talking about. He was shaped like the Eggman on the wall. Just 5'3", all the way around, like a completely round 5'3" diameter, and with legs and arms, and he couldn't even wipe himself. Imagine trying to bunk with that. I mean, working with it was bad enough. At least I could walk away because I work outdoors. But bunking with that, man, he'd have been on the door for sure. But let's get back at it.
Everybody. So again, I'm giving a disclaimer. I'm not talking about everybody that's obese, okay? But this cat in particular is who I'm talking about. And that's what it is. So I get to smelling like this smell, man, and I'm like, man, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. So I get my stuff, and I'm like, okay, dude, this is your locker right here, and this is my stuff. You know, you get this half of it, I get this half of it, of the desk. He like, all right, so he start putting his stuff up, and he that's so big, I just wait till he get done. So I just hop up on the top rack. So I'm just looking at him. And he fart, and then he giggled. He farted, and he was like, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. I'm gonna have to kill this motherfucker, right? So I'm saying this to myself. I'm like, dog, you ain't gonna say excuse me? He like,
I can't lie. I've been in a cell with a funky bunkie in county, and you know, when you're eating that state food, your stomach just doesn't handle. They give you a lot of the beans, a lot of protein, a lot of crap. Just fills you up, starches you out, and gives you horrible gas, especially in the county. So that, but respecting, pardon the body, excuse me, sit on the toilet, flush the fart. I mean, it's called common courtesy, especially when you're in the cell with another man. But here we go again.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Excuse me, bro. Sometimes they just be coming out. I'm like, hey, man, check this out. If you got a fart, bro, and then he farted again, I'm like, you know what? This cannot be my life. God, I promise, God, if you would just get me out of here. I'm supposed to be here, God. I am so sorry for what I have done. I just don't want to be here no more. So
I'm not supposed to be here.
He like, my bad, bro. I told you they be sleeping out, bro. I said, look, man, when you got a fart, dude, go to the cell and blow it out that way, dog. Don't do that here, bro. He like, all right, man, I know, but like I said, sometimes they be just slipping out. I don't even know when they be coming. I'm like, all right. So we gonna fast forward from a week from that day. Listen, y'all. If this dude would snore, he snore really loud. He fart in his sleep, and then he giggle when he doing it. So sometimes I would think that he actually up when he fart and then giggle. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. There was many times in that week that I thought about premeditated murder. I did. There was many times that I was up, losing sleep, because this dude was just an inconvenience to be around.
So when you're in the cell with somebody like that, the snoring decibel, you don't understand. I've been on the top floor and heard a man 4 cells over on the bottom floor in a closed cell, my closed cell, snoring. He would keep 45, 50 people up all night long and then wonder why people are mad. And you know, there was a couple other ones that were pretty respectful. Hey, just tell me to roll over, and they roll over, and they usually stop snoring. But there was some of them, man, oh man, like it will make your nights hell, which make your days hell, because a lot of times they don't allow you to sleep depending on where you're at. Like in county, you couldn't go in the cell and sleep. You couldn't do that. You couldn't get under no covers or nothing like that after 7 o'clock in the morning. Not till lockdown at night anyway. But yeah, it could be hell. But
he stank. Even when he did take a shower, he still had like this lingering smell. And I was just tired of it. Yo, I'm feeling stressed out right now of just even telling y'all about this. What I had to experience, I think every juvenile should have to experience. Get in the cell with New York for a whole week.
Alright, and there's New Yorks in every jail, every prison, every dorm across this nation. So I agree with Dante here. Because any kids that get to spend time in a cell for 48 hours or more in a real prison, that's scared straight there. And I don't necessarily agree with scared straight for everyone. I think they use it when it's not appropriate to be used at times. But there are programs that are better than that give you a real experience, give you some boot camp, give these youngsters some training, give them some discipline, teach them something. Don't lock these kids up and throw away the key like a lot of states do, including Indiana. But
and that would deter anybody from going to prison.
it would for sure.
Give me a minute, y'all, because I'm stressed out even telling this story. So y'all gotta bear with me. to get through this story, please. All right, so a week would go by, and we about to go on our annual lockdown. So I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way that I'm going to be stuck in this cell with this dude for a month or two. There's no way. It ain't happening. So I tell him, like I'm going to say on that Saturday, 3 days before the annual lockdown, I'm like, hey, listen, bro, you're going to have to get up out of here. He like, what you mean get out of here? I'm like, you got to go. He like, what you need, like some time for yourself in the cell? I said, nah. No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I need for you to go tell the guards that you don't feel safe in this cell and you need to get out of here. He like, what you mean, bro? You trying to make me get out my own home? I'm like, dog, I'm trying to be nice about this because at this point, I'm ready to do something to you. Now, I'm on my bunk and he on his bunk where he like leaned to the side talking to me. So he turned around and like ready to get out of his bunk and he like sitting on his bunk looking at me like, so what we got an issue or something? We got a problem? Shoot, I don't know about you Michigan dudes. You Michigan dudes think y'all so tough. I don't care about that Detroit shit, man. I don't care about that Detroit shit, man. See, I'm from New York. Ain't nobody gonna be punking me in here.
Okay, so I'm gonna add this something to that. I was locked up with a couple Detroits, 3 I think, and every one of them thought they were harder than anybody around here. And the problem is when people from Detroit come around here, this is the 219. This is the home of Gary, Indiana, the former murder capital of the U.S. 20 minutes from Chicago. And when you come to Northwest Indiana and are locked up in Northwest Indiana, you're with the goons from Chicago, the goons from Gary, the real gangsters, the ones that don't allow Stacy Brookshire anywhere around here. But
I said, hey, I'm not trying to, I don't care about that New York shit. I don't care about that Detroit, dog. What I'm telling you is, you got to go. You got to get out of this cell before I kill you up in here. He like, bro, like I said, you just gonna have to kill me, cause I ain't going. I ain't going for it. I ain't going for it. So you tripping. I'm like, dog, all right, say less. He like, what you mean, say less? I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, you know what? Dog, just go to the guards and tell them you don't want to be here no more. He like, I'm not going away. You go. I'm like, dog, I'm not going. He like, hold on, let me take this off. It's getting hot. Hold on. Y'all hit that like button for your big partner, Dante, one time. So, he like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Won't you just go? I'm like, because if you tell the guards that you want to get out of there and you fear for your life, they gonna automatically put you in the hole. Okay, and he didn't want to go to the hole, and I definitely didn't want to go to the hole. But at this point, especially on the annual lockdown, I'm like, but at the same time, I'm not about to go through this. Because these lockdowns can last for months, man. And I'm not going for it. I'm just not going for it. So I'm like, listen, you got 2 days, dog. Matter of fact, you got 1 day to get out. And he like, man, well, like I said, say less. Don't say nothing else. We good. So he got the murmuring, and I put my headphones on, and I laid back down. About 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm just up, and he down there farting again and laughing and giggling. So I'm like, okay, when he go to sleep and start snoring, I'm finna make an appointment for Jesus. I'm about to set a appointment up for Jesus for this cat. So what I did when he got to snoring and the last guard did his last rounds, I hopped up off the bed. I went to my desk, pulled out 5 pairs of socks, right? Do y'all remember Mankind off of WWE, WWF, World Wrestling Federation, Mankind? I think his name was Axel Foley, and he would have Mr. Socko. Y'all remember that? So I put like 5 pairs of thick socks on, right, on this hand, because what I was going to do is put my hand in his mouth, right, when he snored, and I was going to get the sword of justice So just the whole place. Put the sock on, put the socks on, put it in his mouth, right? He's gonna bite down automatically. But when he bite down, I'm not tripping out that. That's why I got all these socks on. So for him to bite down, but I'm actually trying to muffle his screams when I get him poking him, right? So I get that.
Skinny dog? Let's fix that. With Bully Max. Our formula is designed to support muscle, weight gain, and growth. Bully Max provides a nutrient-dense food that's higher in calories. Our premium high-protein dog food is packed with real meat, all 9 essential amino acids, and a whopping 535 calories per cup. Research links gut health to immune health. Healthy systems lead to more active dogs. A 2018 study found that TrueMune fed dogs were 15% more active when running. TrueMune is backed by Diamond V Research with over 425 studies and over 120 publications. Bully Max is slow cooked to preserve vital nutrients, unlike other brands who use high temperatures. In fact, studies show that slow cooking can retain up to 90% of essential vitamins and minerals. We rigorously
down there, I put the socks on, I go to my locker, I kept my sword adjusted to my peanut butter, right? So I pulled it out, right? Cleaned it off. Crept up on him. I was watching him. As soon as he opened his mouth for that 3rd time, I reached in his mouth like this with the sock. He was like, his eyes shut up. He was like, oh! And I got the jabber. Boom, boom, boom. He like, oh, 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 oh. And I'm like, shut up. I told you to get out of here. Shut up. Oh, oh. And he trying to wiggle and stuff like this. And we tussling. He trying to get out the bed. I'm just on him. Right? Now, I went to hold up. Now, y'all, I know y'all like, so Dante, you took this man's life because he was farting? No, I didn't take his life. I just had...
Okay, so my problem with this is I've watched many videos of Dante, which, Dante, shout out to you, man. You are a very entertaining man. I just find it hard to believe that you have done all the things you have said, because pushing a blade in somebody, I mean, that's a rough one, like, to get away with. It's not hard to do, but the way you've put it in many other videos I've seen is that you've pushed this blade so many times, you would have been spending till 2397 in prison. I mean, let's be realistic here, man. This is how many people you've stabbed? I don't know. Let's see.
Poke him a couple times. Now, this is how this goes. It's people got a misconception about poking somebody. Alright? Now, this dude was 400 pounds. I hit him to take his life. Okay? I wasn't hitting him in no vital organs or anything like that. This dude was 400 pounds. I was hitting him on his side where all his fat was hanging at. So I was just hitting him right there. I was just giving him little flesh wounds. The blade was nothing but maybe about an inch to 2 inch, maybe and a half. So it wasn't, hitting nothing vital. So I knew if I was hitting him in the neck or something like that, then Dante probably would not be talking to y'all. I'd be getting a street charge, and I'd probably be in a max right now. But I knew where to hit.
Even 10 pokes with something this big is gonna leave a trail of very dark Kool-Aid looking stuff everywhere, all over, and there's 2 people in the cell. It doesn't matter if the blade's the size of a Tic Tac or if it's the size of a machete. It's a blade, and poking somebody is attempted murder. Now, it could be a less charged, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, many other things, but it's a not walk away with no repercussion type of situation.
So I'm hitting him. He like, oh, right? So I'm like, shut up, I told you to get out this motherfucking cell. I told you to get out this cell. Oh. So I'm like, I told you to get out this motherfucking cell, right? So then I got up off of him, and I hit the buzzer. I'm like,
From the looks of things, he's gotten 15, 20 pokes in, 10 at least. And dude's bleeding. If this happened, dude's leaking.
guards, he trying to kill me. He trying to kill me, guards. Help me.
Going to
That's what
medical.
I'm saying. Right? He like, oh, I'm dying. He laying down, right? And I had to cut myself a little bit, right? I had two bangers. My original banger, and I had another banger. So I ended up cutting myself a little bit to make it seem like, you know, when they come to their investigation, they're going to see like, okay, Dante got cuts on him too. But so I put it out there. I got on there like, yo, he trying to kill me in here. He trying to kill me. He done stabbed me. He stabbed me. Hey, I need help. I need help.
I have seen that happen 3 times. 2 times it worked. Still doesn't mean he ain't exaggerating this at least a lot.
So they go in the car, man. The CERT team came in there, man. Roughed me up a little bit, roughed him out. He leaking everywhere. I got a little blood here. We both go to the hole. I end up going to the hole for 8 months. He ended up going to the infirmary, and I think they sent him to, Jackson. He got transferred to Jackson or something like that. But I was in the hole for 8 months, and that was it. That's the first time I actually had to push that blade on somebody. Now, I want to let y'all know something right quick, too. If you don't like the way I tell my stories, if you don't like my story time, you do not have to watch it. Okay, I'm tired of whoever you cats is that be emailing me talking about, oh, your story time is trash. I don't like when you tell stories. This is really insane. You are a very insane person. If you don't like the way I tell stories, there's over 1 billion other YouTubers and millions upon millions of videos out there that you can tune into. You do not have to watch me. If you like my story time, cool. Hit that like button. But you cats that be out there hating, listen, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch. Go watch somebody else and leave that.
Alright, so that's pretty much the end of the video from what I understand. This is my first time watching it through the full. If you see a commercial in there, I'm sorry I wasn't able to cut it out. But, I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Do you think he's exaggerating? Because if you go and check him out. Dante, man, I'm a shout out to you for one. You definitely tell great stories. And regardless of whether I think you're exaggerating, whatever, it doesn't matter. Shout out to you because you have brought your channel from 0 to everything in a year or less, it seems like. I know you popped up and I started following you immediately, and man, shout out to you. But I mean, myself along with, you know how many people think you're exaggerating, but it is what it is, man. Keep doing what you're doing because I do enjoy watching them. I hit that like, I've been subscribed. And just because I think you're exaggerating doesn't mean I'm going to stop. You still entertain the hell out of me. But hey guys, this is Nate G219 to help it back and better. And, you know, never forget life's choices because, you know, it could lead into your obese self walking into prison, being disrespectful, getting poked up by Dante. Or at least exaggerated on by Dante. But never forget the life's choices, and you know, if they ain't hating it, you ain't making it. Peace.